All right,
I am
that's
so
right.
blessed to be here with you guys. I love each and every one of you guys. I appreciate you giving me the platform and allowing me to be a part of this incredible business that we're building. And I just want to thank Brother Roy, Brother Rick, and Brother Lorenzo, because without them, we would not be at the place that we are right now. We will not be sharing and showing this technology to the world. And I told Vicky from the very beginning that we were not going to start a business. This was not, we already have a business. We're a family of 4 generations of jewelers. We weren't looking for another deal.com, but I'm going to share with you what happens in the journey. So get ready. These are the steps to executive director.
All right.
Now we have a couple ingredients. I'm going to go through the ingredients and we're going to go pretty quick. So get on your thinking caps on, and I pray that you will be blessed. Before anything, I always give God the honor, because his honor is due. The Bible says that we give honor to whomever the honor is due, and God has given us the ability, the technology, the mind, the heart, the soul, that we can share with so many people. This is a calling for me and for Sister Vicky. We focus on blessing and not lifting people. And by doing that, something incredible happens, something positive happens with the group that you're building. When we care for others more than we really care for ourselves, we are blessed, and God blesses us in return. He blesses us with health. See, because most of us think that blessing comes by monetary and having and being rich. But if you have your health, guys, you have it all. And you have God with you, you have it even more. So that's one of my ingredients. The second one is to have a purpose-driven business. Just like you have a purpose-driven life, most of us, we go through life and we really don't know what our purpose is. So we find a purpose first in God. And this might sound like I'm preaching. Don't mind me. I'm a preacher. I'm a preacher at heart. So I'm going to talk a lot about God, because I'm so excited about what he's doing with us in our lives. And this, having a purpose-driven business, it's no different. So if you want to do this business as a something that you want to do on the side, like a hobby, you're going to make hobby business money. But if you want to build a business and have a purpose behind the business, and the people that are going to stand behind you, then you have to have that drive. So when you make the business a priority and you stay focused on your goals, then that will get you to lead you to your future. So the next ingredient that I like to put in the sauce, so I can so to say, is commission payouts. And I believe that what Lifewave has done by having us rank up, right? So we're not just stable. We're not just staying in one area. And I believe God does the same. He takes us from glory to glory, a line upon line and precept upon precept. And that's how he makes us grow. That's how we grow in the spiritual sense. But we also have to grow in the business sense. And ranking and having those advancements, it's such a great opportunity. Some people, when I tell them about ranking up, they say, you know what, Pastor Ed, I don't need a title. I don't need some pat in my back. I don't need this. But you must understand in this, because when you rank up, it just shows the commitment that you're doing in your business. The advancement keeps us always looking beyond the horizon to raise the level of awareness and achieve greater promotions. See, I'm not happy with what I am. I'm always happy and looking forward where I can be. And the same thing spiritual, I work my life just as I do spiritually, I also do it physically and business-wise. This great quote, Dr. Caroline, who's one of our great directors in our business, we have a really good relationship with her. And I text her earlier and I asked her, I said, can I use that quote? Because, every time you say stuff, Dr. Caroline, and for Vicky and I, we're just blown away by her knowledge and her wisdom and the love that she has for people, for helping people. She says this: meaning managing expectations and clarity on what to expect, as well as what we are not treating a disease. We are supporting a processes. Now, this gives me an opportunity to tell you guys that we're not doctors. I'm not a doctor. I might be a spiritual doctor, but I'm not a physical doctor. So we do with our products, we're supporting the processes that our body's already doing, which take time. Someone that has many issues need to understand that we do not treat, diagnose, and the processes will include unburdening and what to be expected. If that's happening, it means that the patches are helping the body to what's necessary to get to a better state. Now, you may say, what does this has to do with ranking up? I'm glad you asked me, because it's got everything to do with ranking up. Our products are so designed to help our bodies do the work. Let me repeat that again. Our products are designed to help our bodies do the work. Dr. Caroline also says that our bodies are our best pharmacy. So rather than going to the pill cabinet and getting all the drugs, now we go to the body. And David in Lifewave is such a genius, and I believe that God has given him such a technology for such a time as this to be able to help our bodies. So if we help our bodies, then we can lead a prosperous and more joyous and more wonderful and more healthy life that you can enjoy. So what is it that I can rank up to a senior presidential director and I don't have my health? It doesn't mean anything. So understanding that health is very important. Testimonials, again, also are very, very important to us. They're the lifeblood of our business. Being efficient of obtaining a testimony is essential, guys. How many great testimonials have escaped? You know, in the beginning of our business, I used to call Brother Lorenzo and I said, Brother Lorenzo, you won't believe what happened to my father-in-law. I put the patches on and he started doing calisthenics and crunches and all this stuff. And he was so excited. And he goes, that's great, Pastor Ed. Did you get it on film? And I said, oh no, I didn't get it on film. And you know, it's so important to get things on film, because, or even if sometimes people don't want to let you videotape. So it's very important to also ask your people that you're talking to if it's okay for you to tape them. Some people don't like to be taped or photographed or anything. So it's very important that you get their permission. So don't just pull up the phone, be kind to them and ask them. Ask your customers to email you or to text you their testimonies, because what you can do then, you can screenshot that and you can post it on the social media. See, testimonials from you is great, but testimonials for somebody else, they're even better, because it's not you selling the products, but it's somebody else doing the work for you. And that's really important. So let me go and tell you a little bit about my story. Our story. Our family had a perfect storm. And if you ever seen that movie, Perfect Storm, it doesn't end very good. So we were praying, we were seeking God and asking for God to help us with what was happening with me. Personally, my shoulder had hurt from, I was building a shelf unit in my garage, and about 300 pounds worth of stuff was on it, and it fell. The pole, one of the poles fell, and I caught all that weight in one of my shoulders, and I was hurting for like days. And this happened, I believe this happened so that my skeptical mind would be able to be open, because at that moment, Lorenzo, I was in conversation with Lorenzo, and he was going to come over our house to be able to put the technology initially 17 months ago. That's when I came in the company 17 months ago. And so my shoulder was in a lot of pain, and I didn't tell Brother Lorenzo that I was in pain. Why? Again, I didn't want him to do that voodoo or whatever it was in my mind, so that I could really see for myself that this was really happening. And when he applied an Eon, just took one patch, guys, I didn't have to go through all these protocols. I don't have to go through anything. Very simple. One patch did it all. And it was as though God spoke to me and he says, how many millions of people can you help with this technology? And immediately I had all the money that I had in my pocket. I gave to Brother Lorenzo. I said, Brother Lorenzo, I don't have time to go to fill an application. You fill me up, whatever it costs. If it costs thousands of dollars, 20, 15, $20,000, I'll give it to you later. And he laughed at me. He says, no, brother, it doesn't cost that much. And I left because I had to go see my son who was in the hospital. So that was my story. My wife had incredible pain with a failed bladder and a bladder mesh that it was put on her. Tormented with pain. My brother had a sciatica a nerve going down his leg, and my mom also was about to get surgery in her knees. So have you ever felt like that, that you tried everything that you could but nothing worked? Well, that's where we were. That was our situation. So our testimony, the great team that we have, we don't have to rely, guys, solely on your testimonies. Be ready to utilize every testimony that comes down your line. We're all part of great WhatsApp and Facebook and Telegram groups and social media. Grab those testimonies. Those testimonies are really important. But you know what I like to use? I like to use more personal testimonies, like the testimony of my wife, who I love her dearly, and I would not do this business if it was not for her. And I actually had to ask her permission too, because you know she's my better half, and she's everything. I am the person that I am because of her, and I give her all the kudos because she is such a great person for me. We had have gone to so many different doctors, and she was tormented, like I said before, by this women issues that she had going on, her bladder. If you've heard her testimony, is incredible. We have it recorded that we can share with you. But that, to me, I can go to any doctors in the world, and if they say to me, this doesn't work, I look at them and I can stand face to face, eye to eye, and tell them that it does work, because it did an incredible work in my wife's body and in her life. My mom, who's a senior director, she had no longer is considering doing her double knee replacement. She was 2 weeks away from doing it, and she was with me when we met Lorenzo, and she also was able to test the technology. She started crying and weeping because she no longer had pain in her knees. Just one patch, guys. Now, of course, we had to repatch again, and we had to do a couple of things to help her there. But you know what? That, to me, was an incredible testimony. And lastly, what I want to say about Dr. Caroline, and I wish she wasn't on the call. I don't know if she is or not, but she's a chiropractor physician with an emphasis on functional medicine, an incredible soul and person and spirit. And we love her spirit. Vicky and I, we had the blessing to have her with us at the convention. She was so excited about it. So I grabbed all these things from her, from her media, and the things that she says. Now watch what she says here. She says, it's important for people to acknowledge the reality that health and healing is a process and a journey, not just a destination. See, most of us think about, okay, I'm going to put one patch on. And how many of you guys have felt that you put a technology on them, and the next day they say, well, the pain came back. See, healing is a process, right? It's not a destination, it's a journey that you have to get to. So letting people know, giving them their expectations, where they need to be, is so key in our business. She also says we need to be committed to a journey and the process to get the results. Let me read that to you again. We need to be committed to the journey and the process to get the results that we want. See, so having the mindset is so important for us and for our business, that it's taken us to another level with incredible people like Dr. Caroline, Dr. Christine, and all the people that have come into business that have helped us just catapult to the next level. We're not looking, guys. You know, something that I always laugh when I talk to Brother Lorenzo. I said that we were not looking for another business. Our family, we were fed up with multi-level and network marketing businesses. We weren't looking for something to do. We were happy and are very content with what we're doing, but we were just very busy. We could not imagine getting into something new until we came across Lifewave. This truly has changed our lives. You know, Brother Rick is talking about changing lives, And it's so true that this business has really changed our lives. It's changed everything about us. It changes the way that we think, the way that we talk, the way that we process people, the way that we see people. You know, when we see people out in the street and they're in pain, we reach out to them because it's all about a ministry to us. This is not a business. Yes, it is business and it pays well. And I'm at a point right now, and I'm going to share to you a little bit later what's happening with our income. It is incredible. When Brother Lorenzo was telling me, and we got together with Brother Roy and Brother Rick talking about income, I was like, nah, that's in my back of my mind, again, the skeptical person that I am. And I believe that we are all skeptical in some way, shape, or form. And I believe that that's a gift that God gives us so that we will not be lured into just everything that we think that is cherry and beautiful, but it could be a scam. So it's really important to allow yourself, do your due diligence, find everything that you need to do about a type of business like this. And we did, you know, even though I signed up that the first day that I met Brother Lorenzo, I didn't have to think about it because I heard from God. God spoke to me because it wasn't about me. It was about how many people can we help in the future with this technology. And this is where we are right now. So our purpose, this is my beautiful wife, Vicky here. Our purpose is to bless God. Amen. And we're an integral part of our church. I'm a pastor for more than 15 years. We pastor in children, adults, youngs. We teach everybody in the church. And we love doing that because that's our purpose in our lives, right? But we're also here to bless other people. And nothing brings more joy to me and Sister Vicky than to bless God's people. Amen. Because see, this is the golden rule. If you bless people, then you will be blessed. But if you curse people, and the Bible talks about, cursing the people of God, being even the Jewish people, you will be cursed. So it's very, very, very important to be able to bless God's people and always think that everybody's before you. See, when I'm washing the dishes or walking the dog or doing the mundane things of life, I'm thinking about who am I blessing? It's Jesus' plate that I'm washing. It's his fork that I'm cleaning, right? And when I'm doing things around the house that I'm helping Vicky, and of course, Vicky's an incredible person that does a lot of things around the house. She really does. Today she was away and I forgot to eat. It's just something that I do because I'm so used to her. I'm so used to her being with me and treating me like the king and then the queen that she is to me, that, you know, we just get, not forget about it, because I do like to fast also. But, you know, when she came, she's like, I bet you didn't eat, right? I said, yeah, well, I'm eating right now. And then of course she had to make dinner. So I had to have 2 dinners, but it's okay. You know, last night we were at a church party and I ate a lot. So I weighed myself in the morning and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to fast again. So anyhow, that is the purpose of our lives. That's the purpose, to treat people and to help people. Now, let me bring all this together. You might say, what does that has to do with ranking up? And I'm going to make it clear to all of us right now that in the call, that this is a very simple way of doing our business. Our system, guys, the way that we do within our network is that we use something that's called triple D and 1, 2, 3. And now there has been a paradigm shift. We have been in contact with Brother Lorenzo, Brother Roy, and Brother Rick, and there's going to be a little change right now. And I know a lot of us don't like change, but this is good change, guys. I'm going to tell you that what we're formulating, the great minds and the great mentors that these guys are to me, is that they allow me to grow. See, they don't just say, do this, that, and the other, Brother Ed, and you're going to be okay. No, they leave me room to grow. And that to me is incredible, because it just shows that they really trust me. And so we formulated this thing that if you guys will be able to put this together, it's going to be so easy to not just give yourself an opportunity to bless other people, but also to be able to duplicate this process. Because anything that is confusing, guys, what we do as human beings, we shut down and we don't do any work. We're like, this is too hard for me, I'm not going to do it. But I'm going to show you this simple system that you can duplicate and you can understand that it's very easy. So let's not try to reinvent the wheel. Amen. So simply, this is our great system that we use. We call it the triple D, right? What we do is we develop, we demonstrate, and we duplicate. See, we don't have to have all this mumbo jumbo things that are coming in our mind to try to make it so difficult. The most that I do, and Brother Lorenzo is a stickler for that. He says to me all the time, Brother Ed, are you going to be able to duplicate this? Are you going to be able to develop this? And are you going to be able to demonstrate this? If they don't pass those tests, you know what? It's too difficult for people. Put it on a sign. Figure out a way that you can make it simple. So all the days of my life, I'm constantly thinking, because I'm a creative mind. I go to sleep, I eat and breathe and think about creating stuff. As I design jewelry, I'm designing things in my mind, how we can make this simple, how we can help people, how we can help to duplicate. So what do? We develop, we connect with our convictions, just like Dr. Caroline was saying, that we have to have a conviction, we have to have a mindset, we have to develop, we have to have a list of people we need to strengthen, and we need to have the knowledge to be able to mastering what we're going to do next is demoing. Why is Brother Roy the highest ranking or the highest person in our business? Is because he's learned to demonstrate. He learned to put products on people each and every day. I've been with him, and you know what? He is not shy. There's not a shy bone in his body, because he loves to demonstrate the product. And seeing him counting the 10 to 0 is an incredible way of getting the expectation in people's mind. The formula of a large check in Lifewave is very simple. Do more demonstrations, get more money. Now, doesn't get any simpler than that. You know what I'm saying? So if you're thinking about, oh, I'm going to send an email, I'm gonna go to my fraternity brothers or fraternity sisters or sorority sisters, and I'm gonna figure out a way to no, just get in front of them, buy them a cup of coffee, or if you don't drink coffee, a tea or something, get together for dinner, pay for the dinner. Everybody loves to have dinner, and patch them. And that the technology is going to do the work. And the last part of the D is duplicate. As we duplicating, is knowing that this is key. Set the example and take action. Amen. Based on the statistics of your business. What are you doing to where do you want to be? Do you want to be a senior presidential director next year? Or do you want to take 10 years to get there? You know, Brother Rick said that he's been in the company for 11 years. I know Brother Roy's some 15, 17 years. You know, they're our vets, right? They're our veterans. And we need to look up to them and salute them for staying the course and being with us. They don't need to do this business anymore, guys. They can sit back and relax and collect a check that's not going to go away. And they could be fine for the rest of their lives, even Brother Lorenzo. But you know what? They don't do it. They're doing it now for us. And we had to thank him, and we had to really put our hands in the heart and say, you know what, guys, thank you for being this. Thank you for putting a call like this so that we can share this technology with other people. And you know what? Every day, it doesn't go with me telling Brother Lorenzo, I can't do this without you. And thank you so much, because it is very true. I don't just speak it. I really, really mean it. As part of the demonstration of 1, 2, 3, guys, is we created this demonstration guide. Very simple. We ask people, what is your pain level, right? But mainly what I've learned and what I've have been taught from my 3 mentors is that we don't ask people directly. Why? Because when you ask people something directly like this, do you have pain? Most of the times, I'm going to tell you 10 times out of 10, they're going to say, no, I don't have any pain. So what we do is we do a reverse psychology on them, and we ask them, do you know anybody? Seriously, do you know anybody that has pain? And they'll tell you, yes, I do. And they raise their hand and they say, it's me. So now you got to their mind by now you answering and you're asking them the questions, and they lead you to 1 to 10. Doctors do this all the time. Go to any doctor's office and you're going to see a chart that has pain 1 to 10. And this is exactly what we're doing. We're not doctors, but we're using this subjectively so that they can get to an answer, and they can't tell you later or tomorrow, next week, that they don't have any more pain because they told you that they were an 8 or 9 or a 10. Next, we tell them to drink water. And by the way, I need a little water drink right there. Get them to drink water in front of you. It's so key to do that, because I told Brother Lorenzo that I had drank water, and I had a big bottle in front of me. And guess what? It probably was an hour ago since I drank water when I first saw him. And so when he put the technology on me, it made me a little dizzy. I don't know what it was. I couldn't shake it, but I believe the technology was working and was shocking my body. And so when I drank water, I felt better. And he looked at me and he goes, drink some water, Brother Ed, please drink some water. And I drank it right away and I felt better. So then we say step one. What is step one? Eon. Brother Roy does his 7 steps of pain. This is exactly what this is, but is narrowed down to 3 steps. Of course, step 3 has more steps in the flower also, but step 1 is Eon. Steps 2 is the ice weight tan, and we do the clock method. And step 3, a lot of people are not going to get you this level. And if you do, I say to them, are you prepared to spend about $70 to $80 on all these patches today? And if they say, no, Brother Ed, I don't have the money, then I say, okay, when you're ready to do that, I can show you how we can get there, right? Unless they're your family members and you want to help your mom, I don't care how much money it cost me. I wanted to help my mom, and I could put all the patches that I needed. My mother-in-law and my father-in-law, we did that with them, and it helped them. So the step 3 is using the ice wave tan on the bottom of your feet, right? And part of that step 3 is to put the Brother Roy calls it a 6B and his 7 steps of pain, which is a flower protocol around the area of pain, which is 1x39 in the center of it, sandwiched by the on top of the tan ice wave, and you go around it with 2 eons, 2 glutathiones, and 2 carnosines. But again, I never get to this level. The only demoing that I do, guys, and I want to say this for the recording, is I stay in step 1. I never go to step 2 unless they're family or somebody that I really care and love to do that, because it takes time. And I know Brother Roy tells you, you know, that you would patch them with all these patches in the beginning, and they say, thank you, Brother Roy, take care, God bless you, I'll think about it. And then you're like, really? That's how you're going to thank me? Part of the 1, 2, 3 is something that we call the severe symptoms. Again, guys, making things simple. Brother Roy has a great protocol. He calls it the YH vortex. You ever heard him say that? And the 5-day EE, or energy enhancer. We got it right here. We made it into one thing that is called severe symptoms protocol. Every time I ask Brother Roy, I have a list of things. I have people that have 10, 20 different ailments and diseases. And he always says to me, do the YH vortex and the EE for 5 days. We compilated and made it into a daytime and a nighttime patches. In the daytime, you see this. I'm not going to go over it. We don't have time to do that. But at nighttime, we also have the 2 patches. Now, this is somebody that is going with a severe symptoms. That's what it's called that. Now, are you going to patch somebody that just has like a belly ache or a headache? No, because they're not severe. Severe means that, severe, right? Look at it in the dictionary, you find it. Now, the second step that we use is called the cellular regeneration protocol. It's a detoxing per se in the cellular level. Brother Roy calls it the detox A and B, which is great. And we call it, to make it simple, the cellular regeneration. And we brought all together all the compilation that Brother Roy has given us with his great knowledge and wisdom that he has done. And I stand at awe, Brother Roy, of all the things that you have done for us and all the things that you continue to do that, because your beautiful protocols that you put together are just that for us. They're like the ammunition that we need to be able to combat this thing called life. Right. So this is what we put together: X39, X49, SP6, glutathione, energy enhancer. Each one of them has a day. At the end of the 5th day, when the 6th day starts, we repeat it again. And that's why we have those little boxes right there. So you do 1, 2, 3 weeks, in the equivalent of 15 days. That is the daytime. And at nighttime, you have there at the bottom. So that, again, not going to spend too much time on it, but I wanted to give it to you very simple, again, to be able to duplicate it. Now, why is it important to detoxify? David Schmidt has a great video, and the URL here is at the bottom if you guys want to copy that. This video talks about why it's so important that everybody needs to be doing the detoxing before you do anything to the body to see how your body reacts. Why is that important? Because you can put a couple patches here and you can have really good help with your migraines or your menstrual period cramps and all the stuff that we can give you. Unless you do a detox, you're not cleansing your body. You're not doing anything to your body. You're just putting a Band-Aid. You're kind of like at a surgery, you know, when God forbid you need a surgery and the doctor has to cut you from top to bottom, and he's going to use a Band-Aid to be able to hold you together. That is what using the patches, and you have something grievous as an illustration, as gross as it is, and I'm sorry to give it to you that, but unless you do the detox, guys, it's not going to happen. You know what? When I first came into business, Brother Lorenzo told me about that. And I heard about it in the back of my head, and I didn't want to try it. Why? Because I was skeptical about it. Did I believe him? Yes, I believed him, but you know, I didn't want to do it. And it wasn't until like 2-3 months later, I say, hey, Brother Lorenzo, I got somebody on that I know that wants to do the detox after doing the technology for a couple months. You think they can go back to do that? He goes, and he saw right through me. He goes, Brother Ed, you can do the detox anytime you want. I'm like, oh man, confession is good for the soul, right? I'm sorry, Brother Lorenzo. Yes, it was me. I did a detox a couple months after I came into business, and I have not been the same, guys. My body's totally different. I sleep better. I feel better. I have no pain. I'm able to be able to concentrate, and so many things that we've done with this detox, with the cellular regeneration protocol, what Brother Roy calls detox A and B, and even the severe symptoms. I haven't done that myself because I'm pretty healthy, but I know that all the doctors that we have in our business, guys, they do not they do not start working with people unless they do the severe symptoms and the cellular regeneration. Drop mic. If they're doing it, why shouldn't we? See, they understand something, that their body needs to detoxify of all the impurities that are in our body in order for the products to do the great work that they can do. And David Schmidt knows that. This is not coming from me. It's not from Roy, Brother Lorenzo, or Brother Rick. It's coming from the man itself. So follow up. If you haven't done the detox, guys, we have a couple videos that will blow your mind. There's a one in Spanish by Dr. Raul Zaragoza, incredible person, very sympathetic, very nice doctor that tells you in Spanish why it's so important to be able to do a detox. Next, last, guys, but not least, the paradigm shift that I was telling you about. After you do the products, after you do the detoxing and your body is all done and properly corrected, you can build a business with X39, right? Now, why do we have to go through all the other stuff to get to this, to the best is yet to come? Because with X39, coupled with any of the other products, are going to enhance the technology. And if you're saying, well, I'm young, I don't need X39, shame on you. Well, I don't need this because I don't want to spend $150. Shame on you. You spend that much money on coffee. I believe me, I used to do that all the time, going to Starbucks every day and spending thousands of dollars a month in coffee, $12 a cup of coffee, which I don't drink anymore. But nonetheless, I use X39 every single day. And what I do now too, I use X49, which I love it. And Vicky is incredible. We're building our business with this, guys, having the body cleanse, and now coupling and maintenance with X39. Now we have an incredible, we put this tracker, and I know David and Lifewave put this tracker together. It's so important to be able to track people with this technology. Make sure that you are giving them, all their clinical studies are done in 3 months. So why not getting people to use the products for 3 months? Don't just sell one and say, you know what, let's just try it for a couple of days. I've made that mistakes before. I've given people 4 or 5 different days of X39, and luckily they have come into business because they believe and it works on them that quick. But some of them, it takes a little bit longer. You know, we see this testimonials in all our groups talking about what X39 does. It's incredible. We're no longer putting the Band-Aid, guys. X39 is not a Band-Aid. X39 is an incredible technology that helps our body heal from the inside out. So what better gift can we give people? You want to give gifts of health during this Christmas time? Give them 3 months supply of X39. You say, whoa, that's over $450. You know what? How much do you love them? Right? And coupling it with this tracker that helps them to be able to do what is your quality of sleep before? What is your quality? What is your energy, vitality? And you pinpoint all those things. And trust me, guys, this has worked for us and for our business. And I just want to share that with you. Always provide your client with this benefits and to track it, because they won't know. We forget. Micro changes in our body, guys, we forget so quick. But if we jot it down, if you know what you felt like 12, 24 hours after you put the technology, 7 days, 14 days, all the way up to 90 days, and you scale it from 1 to 10, you'll see the big difference that happens with you. I'm almost done, ready, coming to a landing here, brothers and sisters. I love this X39 and a high immune protocol, especially right now during the holidays. Everybody's getting sick. You know what? We're not getting sick in my house. I used to get sick every single winter, but thank God that we found something that we're coupling it. This is something that I recommend for my people as well as myself. We use it personally every single day. Sister Vicky uses a little bit more than that. I'll show you the one that she uses a lot. I use this one a lot because I want to feel good. When I go to church and I minister to people, I don't want to wear that face diaper. I want to know that I have my glutathione and I'm protected. Amen. So this is a simple protocol that we use. Brother Roy has given it to us and he's designed it. They're beautiful pictures that we can share with people. And you know what? This has helped me not been able to get sick. Again, we're not treating or preventing or diagnosing a disease. We're working on the processes of the body and we're helping our body to get better. This is the protocol that Sister Vicky likes. She put this on. I had COVID, and before I had the technology, before I came into Lifewave, I had COVID and I felt like I was dying. Second time I had COVID, when I was in the business, I wasn't wearing my patches, and I don't know how I got it, but I got it. But Sister Vicky put this on me, and guess what? I had no symptoms at all whatsoever. No coughing, no fever, no nothing. Why? Because I was powered up with this great high immune system protocol that Brother Roy had given us. And I just want to thank him because he does this, he gives to us, and he gives and gives and gives. And we're and you know, if you don't go a day without thanking this man of God that God has given to us, then you're doing yourself a service. I really, really appreciate them for all the things they do. Now, let me talk about ranking, right? So Brother Rick talked about ranking. I'm not going to go to the rules. They're here for you. I came in the company and in July, 2 months later in September, I became a manager. How do I do that? But all the steps that I have planned in front of you. All right. That's how I became a manager. It was so simple. I had not been in a business like this that was so simple, yet so fun to do. 2 months later, guys, in November, I became a director. And here are the rules to becoming a director. How do I do that? Very simple. By doing those protocols, by being duplicatable, doing the triple D and the 1, 2, 3. It doesn't get any easier than that. You can count 1, 2, 3, and Brother Rick says, if you know how to put a sticker and count to 1, 2, 3, you know how to do the business, and that's that simple. Don't try to make it complicated, and we do by heart and by human nature. We try to make something very complicated because we think that complicity or something being complicated is the way to do. It's not, guys. 2 months later, in January, I became a senior director. Now, I couldn't do this without the great group of people. We have Mary, who's my director on my other side, my mom, my wife. We have so many different people, so many managers that have come up, and Brother Roy and Brother Rick and Brother Lorenzo has supported us in everything that we do. It is just such a blessing to be able to do that. You know, last thing that I wanted to show you is this. Now, this is a gift that you guys had given me. And in December this year, this is where I became an executive. So I want to thank this man of God, because without them, I couldn't be doing this. I would like seriously consider and thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for being my mentor and our mentor, because I don't just, you guys are too good just to be mine. So that I share them with everybody in my group. And you know what? Mary and my wife, Vicky, Dr. Caroline, Dr. Christine, they all have a contact with these guys. And you know what? They're so punctual. They're always there for us. And I've taken a page out of their journal, and this is their page. When somebody contacts you guys, get back to them. A brother of mine just contacted me. He says, thanks for making me aware of the call. And you know what? Even though I'm doing the call, I answer them. Why is that important? It's important because as a business, you need to be a service. See, there are a lot of different distributors all over the world, but how many of them can give you the service? I have a doctor in our business that calls me. He says, hey, Brother Ed, I need to order some products. Are you ready? Absolutely. Tell me what you want. I have his ID. He has allowed me to go. He trusts me that much. I'll place an order for him. Done. Some people look at me and say, why you do that? I do that because I want to serve people. And that is the key of all this, guys. Serve the people. Just like these three guys have served us, I want to serve that. That is my gift to them. See, most of us, we always see like God is so good, he doesn't need anything. The best gift that we can give God, guys, is to service and give to other people. And I'm ending with that, and I just want to thank you.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Wow. Wow. Very well done, brother.
Unbelievable.